environment quiz. And we've been playing this quiz every evening where we're focusing on India and her environment. We started this quiz with taking you on a journey from across India to restricting you to the beautiful landmass of Chennai as of yesterday evening. Today, we're taking you further south, or should I say southwest, and we're moving to the beautiful city of Coimbatore. And why Coimbatore is dancing in nature's lap, and why Coimbatore is nature's wonder child are things that we will realize, we will get to understand through this quiz. And today, specifically, I sat through and framed these questions, and I started reading more about Coimbatore, and it's just given me many, many more reasons to fall in love with this beautiful, beautiful urban landmass. A city that is industrially dynamic, a city that has produced many successful entrepreneurs who've taken India forward, who've put India on the global map, a city that's known for its innovations of many kinds and types, is probably should probably be remembered for her environment more than anything else. From the elephants of Coimbatore, from the snakes of Coimbatore, to the multiple lakes of Coimbatore, to the several streams that connect those lakes and ponds of Coimbatore, to the beautiful hill range of Coimbatore. This is magical wonderland. It is nature's pristine best that we can experience and witness. We're playing this quiz, E.F.I's India Environment Quiz, here on Instagram and YouTube. Why no Facebook? Facebook has blocked us. I don't know why. Facebook has blocked us. I took their boss's name yesterday, and then I think they took offense and they've blocked me. Yes. So Facebook has blocked us from doing this quiz. So we're doing this quiz here on Instagram and on YouTube. And we're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz. I have 10 questions, and later today, roughly immediately after the 15th question, sorry, immediately after the fifth question, you will see immediately after the fifth question, you will see Shrivats join us as a guest host for this quiz. Sorry if my network had a lag there. After the fifth question today, Shrivats would join me as the guest host, and he would also share some very interesting stories. He would share some very interesting stories. You're joining us here on YouTube and here on Instagram. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz. And the first question I'm going to ask you, type in your answers in the chat box below. The first question I'm going to ask you, the common sighting of Ophiophagus hana in Coimbatore's urban colonies is an indication of human penetration of wildlife habitats. Name this animal. The common sighting of Ophiophagus hana. What is Ophiophagus hana? That's the question. But the reason why I'm asking you about Ophiophagus hana, Ophiophagus hana. The common sighting of Ophiophagus hana in Coimbatore's urban pockets is an indication of human penetration of wild habitats. Name this animal. Human beings are encroaching and taking over many and much of nature's wild habitats, because of which there's a human versus wildlife conflict in across the world, but in specific places such as Odisha, Assam, and here in Tamil Nadu in the Nilgiris, and of course in Coimbatore. So I'm asking you a question. Ophiophagus hana. Ophiophagus hana is commonly cited these days in and around Coimbatore. And this indicates that human beings are fast spreading into wild habitats. What is Ophiophagus hana? Shrirag says king cobra. Ashwin says king cobra. Dipankar says king cobra. Is it the king cobra? Ophiophagus hana. And there's a very interesting story behind this question. There's a very interesting story behind this question, and the reason why we asked you this today. Ophiophagus hana. King Cobra in full caps. Shiva throws that answer at us. Alok Tiwari says King Cobra. It is the King Cobra. It is the King Cobra. And when you just type for King Cobra spotted in Coimbatore, just go do a Google search for King Cobra spotted in Coimbatore. And what you'll realize is it's this is this is a venomous snake. It's king cobra, not the common cobra. Yes, and Ophiophagus hana is the king cobra. And spotting this king cobra in urban pockets of Coimbatore, a snake that's almost 13 feet long in one case, 16 feet long in another case. What a gigantic, majestic reptile. Spotting this reptile is no joke. Spotting this reptile is no joke. The king cobras are also found in not very warm places, is what I read, and they need a certain temperature in which they can live and survive. If they are found in urban pockets, it only means that either they're coming out of their dwellings because of lack of food, or we are also moving into their habitats, right? We're moving into their habitats. Do read about king cobra being spotted in Coimbatore. Do read about king cobra being spotted in Coimbatore, and it's no joke. It's no joke. Spotting a king cobra is no joke. The multiple farms, the neighborhood residential colonies spotting king cobra in Coimbatore has become common. We're moving to question number two. We're moving to question number two. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz, and today's special is Coimbatore's environment. We're playing question number two. Where does Coimbatore's Noyal River start her journey from? And you all thought I'll ask you the question otherwise, no? I'll just ask you, oh, at this particular spot starts a river in Coimbatore, and you could have easily given that answer, but no. We already know the river's name. It's Noyal. Where does Noyal start her journey from? And Srirag, you don't have to be so modest. It's okay. So what if it's Ajay? So what's it's you? As long as we all learn. Name the spot or the place or the geographical location where the Noyal River originates. We're playing this quiz here on king cobra is a venomous snake endemic to Asia, the sole member of the genus Ophiophagus. It's not taxonomically a true cobra despite its common name and some resemblance, says Zepito World. What wonderful information. Thank you for that. Excited to join again after years, says Mr. Chandrasekhar on YouTube. Here I'm playing. Others Damani says Wellingri Hills. Dipankar says Wellingri Hills. We are in question number two. We are in question number two. We're in question number two. The first question, of course, was on Ophiophagus hana, which is the king cobra. The second question is, where does the river Noyal originate? Velligirir. What is Velligirir? Ajay and Srirag together typing wrong answers. Velligirir and all. No, give me the name. Wellingiri Hills in the Western Ghats. Wellingiri Hills in the Western Ghats is the answer that I'm often getting. Correct answer, of course, it is. Where does the Noyal River originate? And the answer is the Wellingiri Hills. Yes? The third question I have for you today, and remember, E.F.I is all about lakes and ponds. E.F.I is all about lakes. Did you ever hear that whistle go off in my house for any other quiz? And if that rice cooker in my house is whistling, hooting, it's only because it's excited that it's a Coimbatore quiz. Why should a rice cooker get excited for a Coimbatore quiz? Because this rice cooker was made somewhere near Coimbatore. Go read about the industrial might of Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode, Salem, Namakkal, Karur, that entire belt, entrepreneurs, and how from milk to dairy to Tirupur, the clothing manufacturing and dyeing units. Of course, the environmental damages are plenty, but the human spirit of business from this pocket is phenomenal, right? We're going to question number three. We're going to question number three. Cooker, no, today only. Yeah, because the cooker is from Coimbatore, and the cooker is very excited that we're doing the Coimbatore quiz. This tributary of the Bhavani is the sweet source of drinking water to Coimbatore. This tributary of the Bhavani is the sweet source of drinking water to Coimbatore. Name this river. The third question I'm asking you today, part of E.F.I's India Environment Quiz. And we are playing the Coimbatore quiz. The third question I'm asking you, this tributary of the Bhavani is the sweet source of drinking water to Coimbatore. Name this river. Ashok says Siruvani. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz here on YouTube and on Instagram because Facebook has banned us. Chandrasekhar, Mr. Chandrasekhar says Manchester of Tamil Nadu. Mr. Chandrasekhar, I have a different take on that. Manchester is the Coimbatore of England. Yeah, Manchester is the Coimbatore of England or Coimbatore of the UK. Yeah, I think we are long, far long evolved compared to some of the Western cities. Of course, we're not putting Manchester down, but why put Coimbatore down? Coimbatore is not the Manchester of India. Manchester is probably the Coimbatore of England. Yeah. So the sweet source of drinking water to Coimbatore, which is a tributary to the Bhavani, and many of you are throwing the right answer at me, Siruvani, Siruvani, and you speak to anybody who's from Coimbatore, what pride they take in the Siruvani water. Yeah? What pride they take in the Siruvani water. Or these people from Erode, I don't know what their craze about the Kaveri water is. Despite dumping all the paper mill waste and then the dyeing unit waste in it, they always carry a bottle of Kaveri water. Maybe the local pride plays the story. Huh? Siruvani is, of course, the correct answer. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz. Today we are playing the Coimbatore Environment Quiz. And if you're asking me, what is E.F.I's connection to Coimbatore? 2012, we took on the challenging task of restoring the Selva Chintamani Kulam at Selvapuram in Coimbatore. And we've also restored the Kadapatti Zone Lake. We've restored the Kadapatti Mariamman Kulam. We've restored the Kadapatti Periyakuttai, the Tottipalayam Lake near Viscos Park, and Ajay, who's answering through Srirag, or Srivats and Adarsh, and many others who are part of E.F.I in Coimbatore, are responsible for growing urban jungles, Kovai Vanams, across Coimbatore, from Vadavalli to Kadapatti to Brindavan Garden to, I can give you names, right? A lot of efforts. And E.F.I's first ever elephant conservation project also started in Coimbatore at the Boduvampatti forest. That's why we're so passionate about Coimbatore and linked to Coimbatore. I've asked you three questions. The first question, Ophioophagus Hannah, which is the king cobra. We asked you, where does the Noyal start her journey? At the Vellingiri Hills. We asked you this question about the tributary of the Bhavani, which is the sweet source of drinking water to Coimbatore, and it's the Siruvani. Now it's the fourth question. This is also a river question. 52 kilometers is the length of this river. 52 kilometers is the length of this river. And she runs through Coimbatore city. And her origin is at the Kurudi Hills. And her origin is at the Kurudi Hills. Name this Coimbatore river. 52 kilometers is the length of this river. She runs through Coimbatore, and her origin is at the Kurudi Hills. Her origin is at the Kurudi Hills. Brownie boy, maybe if you're answering for this question, maybe Siruvani is not the answer. A Clown is the user's name and has given me an answer on YouTube and says Kaushika. We'll have to wait to see the others and their answers. Kurudi Hills is the point of origin for this Coimbatore river, which runs for the length of 52 kilometers and runs through urban Coimbatore. Name this river. Give me the name of the river. Srivatsan says Kausika. Srirag for Ajay says Kausika. Alok says Kausika. Ashok says Kausika. Alok is also giving another answer. Bhavani. Varshu says Kaushika. Vinay Surabhi. Sri Mahi. Kaushika. Of course, it's Kaushika. It is Kaushika. The correct answer is Kausika. Yeah. Now, quick recap. What do we know about Coimbatore? Coimbatore is, there are multiple other questions I'm going to ask. Coimbatore is home to Kaushika River. Coimbatore is home to, previous confirmed totally. Coimbatore is home to Kaushika River. Chandrasekhar says I pass. Coimbatore is home to Kaushika River. Coimbatore is home to Noyal River. Sanjay Prasad, the birthday boy, has joined us here on this quiz, and he is an ardent Coimbatore environmentalist. From working at the Elephant Project to multiple lake restoration projects in Coimbatore. The rivers of Coimbatore include Kaushika, Noyal, yes, and this is what we're looking at, the larger scope. Yes, Srivats is very soon going to join me on this quiz because we're doing this quiz on YouTube and Instagram. I will keep asking the questions, but I'm going to engage in a conversation with Srivats so that you see his face, and then he will tell you where all you can volunteer with us in Coimbatore, and he's going to tell you the story of a bird which is commonly referred to as the police bird. Yeah, from Sri Lanka to Chennai, he's been telling me the story, but he never tells the story on video. So today I'm going to grill him about that. Yes, all answers correct, says Zepito World. Now we're moving to the next question. We're moving to the next question. The fifth question we're asking you: the Pillur Dam. The Pillur Dam is located across which river? The Pillur Dam is located across which river? Adarsh wants me to remind you that join us for a plantation activity at Saubhagya Nagar near Coimbatore's airport. Yeah, Adarsh, why don't you type in your number here so that people can call you? Saubhagya Nagar in Coimbatore is a place where we are organizing a plantation and a maintenance activity for to grow more trees. You should join us, and Adarsh is asking you to join us. Adarsh will type his number. Please call him after this. The Pillur Dam is located over which river? And Srivats, I would be truly grateful if you can send me a request to join me as a guest host. And I'm speaking to Instagram. Here on YouTube, you're a wonderful audience. I can't see what you're doing. And your Bhavani River. A Clown has answered the question with a question mark. Zepito World has answered the question with a question mark. Don't do that. Answer my questions without a question mark. You're all actually right. It is the Bhavani River. It is the Bhavani River. No idea about Coimbatore, but we'll learn something from this live quiz. Yes, Mr. Chandrasekhar, that is exactly the whole point. All of India should participate in every day's quiz. The reason being, the reason being that Coimbatore has an environment story to tell, and all of India should know that environment story. Whether it's about the lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, valleys, snakes, or the elephants of Coimbatore, we all should know about it. Whether we are sitting in Pelgam, or whether we're sitting in Imphal, or whether we're joining this quiz from Gujarat, wherever. One day we will be playing the Ahmedabad environment quiz. The multiple step wells of Ahmedabad. Shouldn't everybody in Coimbatore learn about it? Chennai learn about it. So Coimbatore environment quiz is for whole of India to learn from. And the answer, of course, is the Bhavani River. The answer, of course, is the Bhavani River. I did accept Srivats's request for a live, but I'm not able to get him. Srivats, would you mind giving me a request once again? We have to move to question 7. I think he's going to join me very soon. I accepted his. Srivatsan is unable to join. Says yes. There's another request and go live with Srivats. I have clicked on the button. Let's hope he's able to join us now. Let's hope he's able to join. And I'm not going to keep you waiting. I'm not going to keep you waiting. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz. Srivatsan Ramkumar has given me a request and I have accepted it, but I'm still not able to see him on screen. I'm moving to question number 6. This is a very interesting question. Of all the 10 questions, this is my favorite question. Listen to it carefully and answer. You will learn so much from this question because I did while framing the question. Nilgiris to the north, Anaimalai to the south. And it is believed that once there was an asteroid strike, and that is how this break in the Western Ghats happened. What am I talking about? Nilgiris is to the north, Anaimalai is to the south. Srivatsan is unable to join. I don't know why. Nilgiris to the north, Anaimalai to the south. And it is said that once there was an asteroid strike that created this gap in the Western Ghats. What am I talking about? And I will tell you an interesting thing about this answer once you give me the answer. Joining from Emirates, Chennai, it says Chandrasekhar, Coimbatore, Mountain Pass. Mountain Pass. What pass? It's also believed that a fast flowing river from Tamil Nadu towards Kerala. I couldn't join, it's just black, says Srivas. I also tried. I also tried. I'm not sure why we're not able to take you. Ooty Lake, says Ajay through Srirag. And then my head is just revolving 360. Palghat Gap. Palghat Gap. I'm getting the answer. Palghat Gap. Srivatsan is unable to join. Instagram is throwing me that notice again. And there is a request. I'm going to try accepting it. Please, please, please bring him on. You all have to listen to this young man and his stories. Adarsh Damani says Marudamalai. Ashok says Palghat. Palghat Gap. The Western Ghats runs along, and it is believed that either because of an asteroid strike or because of a fast flowing river from Tamil Nadu into Kerala, over a period of time, there was a gap. Yes, there he is. There was a gap. Yeah, there he is.
Yes, I'm so sorry, sir. I couldn't join. Hi,
No
sir.
worries, no worries. There was a gap. The Palghat gap is, of course, the right answer. Before we go and get into a conversation with Sivas, I'll tell you something phenomenal about this Palghat gap. The Palghat gap is the reason why the southwest monsoon, which takes over Kerala, is able to give a slip and enter into Coimbatore. Yes. And wait for the 10th question. Wait for the 10th question. You'll realize why the Palghat gap is again very important. Yes. We've played E.F.I's India Environment Quiz, and we're playing the Coimbatore quiz. We've asked you 6 questions from the King Cobra to the Palghat gap. We've come a long way in this quiz. And it's time I introduce this young man, Srivatsan Ramkumar, who's here, who's from Erode, and he is technically sitting in Coimbatore. That's why it's extra special that we have him in this quiz. And he works at E.F.I. He takes care of the communication at E.F.I. And we're going to ask Srivats the first question. Srivats, why should
Yes, sir.
anybody fall in love with Coimbatore?
So we don't just need a reason. It's Coimbatore. That's why we should fall in. But there is this wonderful mountain range to the west, which is called as Western Ghats, which is a very good biosphere. It has a lot of endemic species across the world. It's not even in anywhere in the world. It's here. It is so pristine, and Coimbatore has a lot of rivers, Noyal, Kaushika, and everything. So that's what I feel.
You should tell them about the Vilangurichi Canal. What did you guys at E.F.I do at the Vilangurichi Canal?
So Villanguchi Canal is rain drain, and it starts from Saranambatti, and it goes and joins to the big lake near behind the airport.
Achan Kulam, if I'm right, correct?
Yes, sir, Attankulam, yes.
Yes.
And what we at E.F.I does is that I think we restored 3 kilometers stretch of this Vilanguchi canal, where we removed all the invasive weeds. We deepened the canal where the water can flow easily from this place to that place, and that helps a lot for the water table around the place.
I am in conversation on Instagram with Srivatsan Ramkumar, who's my colleague and partner at Environmental Film Association, which is the Environmentalist Foundation of India's communication branch. And we were just talking about the Vilangurichi Canal, Chinnavedampatti, from Saravanampatti. There is this beautiful canal stream that runs through Coimbatore city in the periphery and joins the Achan Kulam. We had the golden opportunity to work on the revival of this canal. And you know what happened? This was nothing but sewage loaded, dense, covered with invasive vegetation. We went in, cleaned it, and I'm not saying because of us, but that's where when you give nature a chance to bounce back, she does it in style. It rained. It beautifully rained. And didn't the Vilanguruchi Canal flood this time, carrying fresh water
Yes.
through her journey? That's why working for nature should naturally come from within. And that's why we are playing this India Environment Quiz. I'm asking you question number 7. Listen to this carefully. And why we play this quiz? Awareness. Shivats, I'm going to request you to mute yourself for a minute. The reason why we are asking you to play this quiz is simply because it's awareness that we are trying to create through this quiz. Not that you see my face and Srivats's face. Yeah. Seventh question is a big one. Listen carefully on YouTube and here on Instagram. Infamously known for the many illegal brick kilns, this once fertile valley, known for its red sand and many minerals, is today a habitat threatened in Coimbatore. Name this valley. Infamously known for many illegal brick kilns, this once fertile valley, known for its red sand and many minerals, is today a habitat threatened in Coimbatore. Name the valley. And if you want to know more stories, there are stories how elephants walk through the periphery, and there are very sad stories of elephants tumbling into the caverns that illegal sand mining has left. And Ajay through Srirag has thrown an answer saying Tadagam. And every single one of you who's playing this quiz, the 29 people, 28 people on Instagram, and let me see the YouTube number, the 2 people on YouTube. I'm truly, truly grateful that through the 30 of you, we are registering this name, Tadagam. Yes, Tadagam. Today, your WhatsApp status, Facebook status, Instagram status should be the word Tadagam. Go read, look for a news article which talks about the kind of exploitation that is happening at Tadagam and why Tadagam Valley needs to be protected. Yes? Now they are digging so deep, I think we can reach the other end of the planet. And all of this is illegally done. And the sad reality is elephants' corridors are being taken over. Bricks, all of us want to build homes. Bricks, red bricks. Some red brick is actually coming to us by depleting a natural resource, as in a place like Tadagam or elsewhere. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what's happening. And Tadagam is actually the birthplace for many. The Tadagam Valley is the birthplace for many streams that run through Coimbatore. And one of them is the Kaushika River. One of them is the Kaushika River. And the Tadagam Perumpallam is what it's called. What a landscape! What a landscape! And Tadagam needs to be protected. And if you're playing this quiz with us, read about Tadagam. Srivats, if you could unmute, and from your student days to now as a conservationist who is in a path to protect, tell us what's happening at Tadagam from what you've read, what you've heard.
Yes, sir. From what I've read, is that this is an elephant corridor where elephant migrates from one place to another place due to excess urbanization and where humans expand. We just occupied the places and we built a lot of buildings and we boundaried these places with fences. Because of this, as a forest range, we did a lot of electric fence as well.
Yes.
So because of this, but we expanded, but the elephant didn't know that we are there in their place. Still, they used to go in that place because they have a memory. They have a
True.
GPS in their memory. So they use this route for migrating from this mountain to the other mountain. Sadly, on the way, they carry their calves, everything together. On the way, they get hit, they get electrocuted.
Yes.
Sometimes they've dug trenches along their farm fields where these elephants will fall into that and they can't come back. Sometimes when there is rain, there's a chance they even get drowned in that water.
True.
This
True.
is what happened. This is a major problem for elephants.
If you love wearing clothes and if your clothes come from Tirupur, Coimbatore is not very far from Tirupur. Clothes from Tirupur is what is making us all look good, and Coimbatore is technically the base the economical hub. And in Coimbatore, there is a place called Tadagam, Thagadam. Sit and read about this tonight. I'm sure we are all sleeping only at 2 o'clock, and we're reading, we're watching reels, which is our personal choice. Wonderful. But can you also please read about Tadagam today and share one news article and get India to talk about Tadagam and why Tadagam Valley needs to be protected? And if we all come together, I'm sure we'll be able to do something. The Sanganur channel and many several other substreams originate at Tadagam Valley. Red soil, such rich minerals. This elephant corridor is threatened, and we really need to do something about it. Please do read about it. The next question takes us back to the glory days of how our forefathers learned to live in harmony with nature. It is widely known that the Chera kings ruled over Coimbatore and most of Kerala, and the Palakkad Pass, the Palakkad Gap, is the reason how they were able to move from Tamil Nadu to Kerala. Look how our quiz links everything. History and geography had to had a mislink so that we could link it to here. Yes. Now we're taking you back in time to the Cholas and their time in Coimbatore, the erstwhile celebrated king of Karikala Chola. Yes, the man whose brains behind one of the oldest dam structures across the Kaveri, the erstwhile Chola king, the great Karikala Chola's mother, her name was Singarammal. Okay, listen to this story carefully on YouTube and Instagram. Karikala Chola's mother's name was Singarammal. Now, there is a neighborhood in Coimbatore where there is a system tank. There is a system tank. That lake is named, the lake's name comes from this mother's name. And this lake is located on the northern banks of Noyal River. Coimbatore is a city of Kaushika, Noyal rivers, and it has many system tanks, one lake leading to the other. Now, one of these lakes, which is located on the northern banks of Noyal, Ashwin can't just wait. One of the lakes, which is located on the northern banks of the Noyal, gets her name from the mother's name of Karikala Cholan. Yes, Karikala Chola the Great, his mother's name is Singarammal. And now you have to tell me what is the name of the lake. And if you're Ashwin, please stay calm. Look at what all questions we can frame. Huh? I wish I had a little bit more time. Hundreds of questions just about Coimbatore's environment. And what were you thinking? I'll just ask you, why Coimbatore the name? What river runs through Coimbatore? No, 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 no. The interesting thing. Look at all these answers that are coming at us. Singanallur with a fire, Singanallur tank. You should not forget why Singanallur gets its name. Huh? It's named after Singarammal, the mother who gave birth to one of the best brains, water brains of India. Water brains or water brain he was, Karikala Chola, and he gave us Kallanai. He gave us many wonderful architectural marvels. Perur. Perur is a neighborhood which you should read about in Coimbatore. Yes. The Perur Puranam, when you go into it, what beautiful language, Tamil. And in that, the description of nature, the Perur Pattishwara temple and the inscriptions about the lakes and ponds of Coimbatore, and how from Perur all the way along the banks of the Noyal, the many tanks, Selva Chintamani Kulam, the Ukkadam Periya Kulam, Sengulam, Kurichi Kulam, Narasampati, Krishnampati. Oh wow, what stretch of water bodies. When our forefathers understood that surface water bodies need to be protected. Srivats, in quick rapid fire, your most favorite lake in Coimbatore. It's rapid fire.
Kalapatti Lake.
Huh?
Kalapatti Lake.
Kadapatti Lake. If I'm standing at a lake in Coimbatore, which is the bird that I will spot most often?
Red-watered lapwing.
Red-watered lapwing. Okay. And what bothers you about Coimbatore's lakes in the current context?
A lot, sir. A major problem in Coimbatore is that is urban dumping.
Yes.
Where everyone used to dump the garbage from house, from the shops, from the butcher shops, everything is coming to the lake. And what happens here is everywhere people are dumping garbage on the buns of the lake, and it goes into the water, and it creates
True.
acidification and eutrophication. Everything is happening, and the water is getting polluted. The lake is getting polluted, and the birds are not coming to the lakes. This is what
Coimbatore
causes.
has lost its beauty to pollution, says Madhuram. Srivats, if everybody who's watching wants to tell somebody else in Coimbatore that go volunteer with E.F.I at one lake in Coimbatore, which lake are you going to take them to?
Uh, I will ask you. We have a lot of lakes. We can go to one another. If we ask one lake, I will. Talapatti Lake is where.
Kadapatti Lake. Super. The
Yeah.
Kadapatti Mariamman Kovil Kulam, or the Kadapatti Zonal Office Lake, or the Periyakuttai, or the Tottipalayam Lake, which is next to Viscos Park. We can take you to many lakes. My all-time favorite is the Selva Chintamani Kulam. Did you know the Sanganur Odai and many other canals? I was sitting and reading. There was once upon a time one of these canals was called the Serupadi Odai. You go read why it was called the Serupadi Odai. Yeah, one of you go read about why it's or should I just tell? I'm too excited. Apparently, once upon a time,
Yes,
these
I.
canals had too much sand in it, and people used to go in bullock carts, and the bullock carts would get stuck in the sand, and there were these two dacoits, two men who would then come and with their chappal start beating people who are stuck in that sand and cause a lot of damage, pain, and then steal everything from them. And that's why they were called the Serupadi Odai. Look at the number of human stories, water stories that we can keep building around nature. And that's why playing this quiz is so much fun for us. From the Palakkad Gap to the King Cobra to talking about Bhavani, Noyal, Kaushika, Siruvani, the Velangiri Hills, we're now going towards away from the Singanallur tank, which is named after the mother of erstwhile Karikala Chola. This is question number 9, and this is going to prove what good students you all were in school. I was a horrible one, so don't even take me into consideration. Question number 9. Our geography lessons taught us that Coimbatore is predominantly what soil? Our geography textbook has this. It 100% has this. And back in those times when there were not so many videos and everything, we were dependent on maps, and we only knew there was a place called Coimbatore down there, beautiful. But our geography textbook told us Coimbatore has this kind of a sand. What sand? Not sand, soil. Ashwin says red soil. Shivatsan says alluvial soil. All of those people who are very poor in geography are answering first. Give me the correct answer. And Ashok says black soil. Gujarat, certain parts of Gujarat, certain parts of Maharashtra, and Coimbatore have this kind of soil. And there comes the answer. Favors cotton, black soil. Ajay through Srirag for once is giving a correct answer. Black soil. Yeah. If you're on YouTube and you're still answering, I'm so truly grateful. Red soil says epic edits. Red soil is definitely there. Tadagam Valley is nothing but red soil, but that's restricted to a certain zone. Black soil is actually the correct answer. Oh, the Manchester. No, the Manchester. Coimbatore of UK, Coimbatore of England is Manchester. Yeah? And let run our patriotism. Colonialism did come here and take everything from us, and nobody can deny it. Nobody can deny it. Yes. And how can they name our places after their places? Our places are way much better. Didn't Srivas just talk about biodiversity of the Western Ghats? And then you're comparing it to a place where it just keeps raining half the time. It's cold and nothing grows. But look at my place. It's windy. This rains. There are multiple streams, and my forefathers knew how to construct check dams, divert this water, and take it to the multiple system tanks, and then finally let the water out. And we wanted to add color to life, that now we are putting all the dyeing units and beautifully making water blue, red, green, every color possible. Yes, I don't know. So the Coimbatore of UK, Coimbatore of England is Manchester, and that is one thing we all agree. It is the black soil, and that's why I'm wearing black t-shirt today. celebrating Coimbatore, and how from black, sun baked black earth, Coimbatore keeps producing so much for rest of India. The last question for today's quiz, we are playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz, the Coimbatore quiz, the 10th question. Coimbatore is known for which form of renewable energy? Coimbatore is known for which form of renewable energy? Wind. Wind, says Srivatsan. Coimbatore is known for which form of renewable energy? Welkin says wind. And if you're on YouTube, you should be answering. Forest soil says Shiva S. Wind says Shiva S. Of all the beautiful people who are playing this quiz, hydro, yes, solar, but there is one thing which stands out, and it is the wind of Coimbatore. And why Indian languages matter? Because they always were not just means of communication. Indian languages have been the base and the system for transfer of knowledge. Whether it's Telugu, Bhojpuri, Marathi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, every Indian language has been the system to the transfer of knowledge. In Tamil, according to the Tamil calendar months, every month was ascertained with a proverbial phrase related to that month. ஆடி காத்துக்கு அம்மி கல்லும் பறக்கும்னு வாங்க. What that translates, ஆடி in Hindi is the Ashad month, in Telugu is the Ashadam. In this particular month, there is heavy winds that even a stone can fly. They taught us seasonality like that. And Coimbatore is known for her winds. And where do these winds come from? Of course, along the Western Ghats. And where do they find the gap? Of course, at Palakkad. And they pass through the Palakkad gap, bringing the southwest monsoons into a sun-baked black soil surface of Coimbatore, and then it just rains. And where did all the water go? Into the Tadagam Valley, and through the Sanganur Odai, and through every canal of Vilanguruchi, from Achan Kulam to Selva Chintamani Kulam to the Kurichi Kulam to the Perur Kulam, filling them, and then flowing excess through Noyal and joining the Kaveri. What a journey! What a journey! That's why today the wind is blowing in favor of Coimbatore at E.F.I. Come fall in love with Coimbatore. As Srivat said, you don't need one reason. You don't need one reason, because we have million reasons why India and her environment is special. And why can't we, whether it's Ashwin, whether it's Vishnu, whether it's Ram, or the Veena, to many, many new young people who've joined us at E.F.I, why can't we dedicate our lives for India and her environment? Especially when every single day we can play this quiz with every single one of you, whether on YouTube or here on Instagram. The Ashoks to the Ashwins to everybody else. Vinay Surabhi, oh, what a beautiful young lady who's working for conservation in her own ways, right? And that's why we keep playing this quiz. With this, I'm ending the live stream here on YouTube. Thank you. But before you quit with us on YouTube, go to E.F.I's YouTube page, Environmentalist Foundation of India on YouTube. And then you have to search in our page, in our channel, sorry, not page, in our channel. I'm even typing it for you. Kalingarayan. Kalingarayan Canal, E.F.I Hydrostan. Srivats, if you can be kind enough, if you could just paste that link here for me. Yes. And I'm going to do that on Kalingarayan Canal, E.F.I Hydrostan. How I wish I can keep talking to all of you about the Kalingarayan. Yes. But I know you all have to go eat dinner and have a good evening. I've pasted the link on YouTube. Go watch the Kalingarayan Canal story. One man and a large team. No excavators, no electricity, no internet, and none of this bullshit of clicking 1,000 photos for doing this much work. Hundreds of years this canal exists, and thanks to that one visionary, and he is a hero for us at E.F.I. Thank you for watching, playing this quiz along with us. Srivats and I are truly grateful that you did join us for this E.F.I's India Environment Coimbatore quiz on YouTube. With that, we end our stream on YouTube. Thank you. Join us tomorrow, because tomorrow we are playing E.F.I's India Environment Indoor Quiz. From the land of the Cheras and the Cholas, we're taking you to the land of Rani Ahilyabai Holkar. And you will watch us ask you questions on Indore, India's cleanest city. Yes? Thank you for joining us on YouTube. And to the rest of